Hi, I'm Harry Slade, InsurTech reporter at FinTech Global. Welcome to this exclusive interview with Prasad Prabhakaran, head of AI practice at eSynergy. In this session, we'll explore how insurance companies can leverage technology to capitalize on opportunities, especially in times of market pressure. This is covered most recently in a white paper by eSynergy entitled Unlocking Tomorrow's Gains, Tech-Driven Strategies for Insurance Leaders. Before we begin, I'll pass over to Prasad to introduce himself.
Hey, thank you, Harry. Thank you so much. I'm Prasad. Been in industry from last 25 years. Currently, I head AI for eSynergy, and I'm ex-Microsoft as well as an HSBC and Samsung. Mostly, my time I spend on helping organizations with their data AI strategy, how to win with AI, how to win with data, and how do you drive transformation and operational excellence using data and AI, especially during the times where everyone need to sharpen their outlook to the market.
Brilliant, Prasad. So to kick us off, what would you say some of the biggest mistakes insurers make during times of high market pressure?
So the market pressure is reality, right? So as leaders, we have to live in it, right? So there's no shortcut. The only two things which will help every insurance leader to get their outlook ahead. One is clarity, and other one is speed, right? So clarity and speed are pretty critical because the market condition is same for everyone, right? It's not unique for a particular a company or another company, right? Every insurance companies face pressure from the trade war, climate change, technology risk. It's quite common, right? But how do you differentiate among your peers is on your clarity as well as on your speed. So one of the biggest mistakes which I've seen some of the insurance company they try to do is instead of investing on driving the clarity and speed up, they try to clutter it more by one maybe doing something which is not necessary. That is, you're trying to cut down your cost by taking out some market positions, taking out your people, you're outsourcing unnecessarily. So cutting cost for sake of cutting is the biggest mistake I've seen, which will create more impact on less clarity and less speed, right? So my always view is market condition is same for everyone. The way you can win among your peers is with having more clarity and more speed.
Brilliant. And what advice would you give insurers who are looking to excel during these times of market troubles?
Yeah. So one is you look at your current data estate, right? Because if your current data estate is cluttered, not governed, it's all spaghetti of information. So where you look at your data coming from your systems of records, and you do understand how can you bring more insight from your data, right? So that's the first step number one you need to do, right? So you need to simplify the distribution of data between data producers and your data consumers. Your data consumers are the one who are in the front end, who are in the middle office, who are in the back office operations, your regulatory reporting teams. So they are the one who wants to consume these data, right? So if you don't invest on or make programs which help the data producers and data consumers less friction in consuming what they need, is a first step of looking at how you want to make sure understand your business really well. If you want to understand your business well, means you need to understand your data well, right? So that's a step number one, right? And sometimes what happens is the systems which feed data into are quite old ones, legacy ones. Now, if you take insurance industry as a whole, we there is a general tendency of buying products than building. So when you buy a product and you don't maintain and care about it, it become quite a legacy where you find extremely hard to extract information or data out of it, right? So a bit of modernizing your legacy estate, understanding the spaghetti, understanding the current picture, and trying to invest on bringing data to consumers much more effective and a seamless way. That's where you need to invest. Once you invest in that, one, you get much better clarity now. because you know what is happening in your business, and you can take decisions much faster. You can do, you want to focus on this particular market, or you want to get rid of this underwriting business, or you want to get into this particular new segment. All these decisions you can take much faster with much clarity. Right. So that's what my view is. Invest on your modernizing legacy estate, understand your spaghetti well, and then look at reducing friction between data producers and data consumers.
It's brilliant, Prasad. And what, looking sort of ahead to the future, what are some of the exciting technological use cases insurers should be exploring today?
So if you look at insurance, our matured insurance organizations have already invested a lot in data science and machine learning kind of a programs for pricing, for risk management, to understand fraud, to manage your claims effectively. So all these are programs in certain organizations have given them a better return on investment, right? So the machine learning AI, which is more about looking at your own data, training AI models, which will help you in doing this, right? So now more excitement is all around looking at how we can leverage a large language model or generative AI to engage your customers effectively, engage your channels effectively, make sure your distributions are well managed. Because if you take any part of insurance life cycle, it's all about documents, right? Contracts between customers and the carriers, contracts between DCAs and brokers and reinsurers, and stuff like that. It's all about contracts. There are a lot of information, lot of valuable information lying in these documents and contracts. So the one of the biggest advantage at this point in time, which is easy to do, is extract information. It could be risk information which is required for regulators, or risk information required for your pricing, risk information required for your underwriters. So all these information which is lying in these documents, which are not managed effectively. Some are in the email, some are in your SharePoint folders, some are in somewhere in somebody's desktop. Now these information is not leveraged. Right. So now, how can we leverage this information using new technology? Is the first thing. So when I say new technology, we don't want have a situation where we are a solution searching for a problem, right? So we don't want AI searching for a problem. We do have real problems with respect to understanding the insight from these unstructured information. So you take your call center, a contact center. You have so much of call records, right? At least hundreds and thousands of customers call you every day, and you got a lot of recorded information there. And those are gold mines. And how do you get the nuggets out of it? That's where you should use a large AI model, right? And this AI model is able to understand not only the text, but and it can understand the voice, it can understand image, and then get insight out of it, and then enrich your data. Right. So now that is one key technology which definitely people should looking at. In addition to the traditional machine learning AI programs, you should also look at how we can look at generative AI to get insight from your unstructured documents and unstructured platforms, where you can enrich your data either to engage with your customers effectively, or making your regulatory reporting much easier, make your operational efficiency. That is one technology which I strongly advise. Second thing is looking at agentic AI, agentic workflows. Today you have a lot of tasks, right? For example, when you say a broker sending a risk information via email, and we need somebody to read that particular document, get some information, use that, and go to the CRM systems and understand if the customer entities are the same, and then I need to do something. And there are a lot of tasks which is done, and some require some reasoning, some require some tools calling, some require some external data, some require some data from some of your existing other systems. So today, using AI agentic, you can orchestrate this more intelligently. Right. When I say intelligently, it means based on a particular context, it can learn and it can see, oh, this particular threshold is beyond a certain limit, so I should get into a different MGA for underwriting. right? So those kind of decisions as well as workflows, automations can be done very effectively by AI agentic. But of course, right, we need to understand it all come with any change, any new technology come with risk, right? So there need to be an element of safety guardrails. There should be checks and balances. There should be an ability to have a human in the loop. And this is not to replace human being. This is to displace them into a better job, right? If instead of doing a junior analyst who's spending whole time in reading a document, he should be spending more time or she should be spending more time in talking to a customer and understanding how can I give a better product or better coverage for his context and stuff like that. So to summarize, we talked about three key technologies which they need to look into. One is reimagine your existing AI, machine learning, data science programs, make it more powerful by getting right, clean data. Second thing is generative AI can understand unstructured data and get most value out of your unstructured data, which is 60% of your organization. And third is looking at AI agentic, which can bring a lot of efficiency in maybe building new products. How do you market at the right market segment? How do you launch a new product, right? So those are three major technologies which probably we should all start looking at it. Some of the organizations already doing it. So when we did our white paper, we did speak to many of the insurance industry thought leaders, and some of them who are matured, they're already doing this, right? So I think we don't want to left out, and it's a great opportunity for insurance leaders to look at what the peers are doing. And the reason why it is easy to do is the barrier to build these things are much lower. We can get a kind of a quick prototype in a couple of weeks and then decide, oh, is it the right problem to solve? And then you can scale it up, right? So it's easy to start doing all of these, right? So I strongly recommend to look at the white paper that we published, where we do have insights and view from some of the technology thought leaders in the insurance space who can inspire some of the new technology initiatives what we want to undergo.
No, brilliant. It's always so interesting to look ahead to the future and what people companies
Yeah.
are delivering to look ahead. So I was wondering, how would you say eSynergy helps insurance prosper in this current market and beyond?
Yeah, so we do at a three broader themes, right? The first one is it's all about data, right? So we understand the entire data value stream of insurance industry, whether it is a broker, whether it is a DCA, whether it is a carrier, whether it is a reinsurer, right? So we understand the data value stream for where data origins and what kind of enrichment it requires and how you need to consume that particular data. So that means building data pipelines, building data architecture, building modern data platforms, and more important, how do you establish governance, accountability, change in the way you understand and treat data, and understand and build data products, right? So those are one key sector which we do. We do help organizations in building new data products much faster, help to govern it much quicker way, and help more and more consumers get benefit from these data investment data estate. So modernizing data platforms and helping the insurance data value stream is one key thing which we do, and we do have many case studies and examples, which is also mentioned in our white paper. And the second area where we help is on the AI journey, helping organizations in their AI strategy. In fact, we are helping one of the insurer in their AI policy, right? Understand how they align with the EU AI Act, right? And how do we build a responsible AI framework and help to understand the use cases which can leverage using the large AI models, large language models, and how do you create AI gateways, which will become a observability monitoring platform where I can explain to any regulators or a consumer why I have arrived at a particular decisions, right? And we do help in AI engineering, which is all about context engineering, which is leveraging these unstructured data in the form of a knowledge graph, unstructured data in the form of graph vectors, and making sure that we get best out of all your AI initiatives, not in a theoretical way, not in a just prototype way. We know how to put things into production. right? So which will deliver value and business value around it. So that is the second key element we do on the AI journey. And third is on platform modernization, right? Because many of these large insurance companies, large and medium insurance company, they are quite bottlenecked with old platforms, which is not able to leverage the power of cloud, right? Because the moment you move your services to cloud, your art of possibility around your ability to deploy faster, your ability to measure faster, your ability to change faster, because that's what we need in these uncertain times. So platform modernization and ability to help in getting best out of a cloud investment, and also understand the cost, the FinOps element of the cloud and stuff like that. So this is what also we help our customers with. So broadly, data, cloud, and AI. That's what we help our customers with.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. And how integral would you say finding the balance of innovation and efficiency is for insurers looking to find long-term success?
Yeah, I think it's a good, very good question, right? So do we really do innovate during these uncertain times? Absolutely, yes. This is the time you need to innovate, right? You cannot stop innovation, right? But how do you balance innovation and sustaining those innovation to drive value, right? So as I said before, you don't want a solution searching for a problem, right? First, you understand the core problems, pain points you have. Is it delivering a particular quote faster is your challenge, or not able to increase your capacity is your challenge, or your ability to launch a new insurance product is your challenge, or your customers are not happy, not loyal, is that your challenge? So understand some of the big challenge area and bring innovation around those, right? First, you define your business domain, and as well as the business problems, and where you want to bring your innovation. So first, you define a scope for your innovation, and then create a playground, right? And innovation is all about winning hearts and minds of people, right? So you don't want to sit in an ivory chamber and say, let us innovate. Nobody's going to innovate, right? So you need to be demonstrating with creating a playground, creating that ecosystem, and encouraging failures. It may look counterintuitive. If you don't encourage and celebrate failures, people will not innovate, right? So you need to be creating that environment, and open up some of your data infrastructure into that playground, so that then people can look at the problems which they have in day-to-day workbench. For example, if you're an underwriter, right, now you need to be getting into the playground. What are the things which I can do so that I can become more effective in doing underwriting? Or if you are in front office delivering marketing and customer comms, how can I improve that? So innovation with a scope, innovation with a playground, innovation with a safety net is what will produce something which will add value to your business, right? So that will sustain, right? Innovations which is done with a ground real value based, as well as with a safety net of people can experiment and fail. Innovation could, you may fail in innovation, but that is a learning for you, right? That learning can go take you a long way in ability to do certain things in a different way, right? So my views are, keep investing on your innovation journey, but understand the business problem which you're trying to solve, create a playground, and create a safety net, and that will help organizations to move forward. That's what we have seen even in some of our thought leaders in the insurance space and practitioners. When we did our white paper, we had similar views on how innovations are helping them in moving forward and becoming getting a competitive advantage for them.
Thank you for your time, Prasad. If you'd like to read the white paper, head to the eSynergy website for more details.